Welcome. My name is Peter Strong. I'm a professional psychotherapist offering online therapy for anxiety and depression and other common emotional problems that respond well to online mindfulness therapy, which is what I specialize in and find to be most effective for helping you overcome anxiety and depression and other common emotional suffering. So if you're looking for an online therapist to help you overcome anxiety and to provide relief from chronic anxiety, then I invite you to go to my website and learn more about the mindfulness-based approach for overcoming anxiety. It's very effective. Most people see quite dramatic changes within the first 3 or 4 sessions. Once you start applying the mindfulness-based methods that I'll be teaching you during these Skype therapy sessions. So the very first thing that we have to understand is that anxiety is best seen as a habit process rather than a disorder. It's better to look at the underlying psychological habit that's causing your anxiety rather than just treat it with medications, because just covering up the symptoms is not going to change anything at the psychological level. So if you want real relief from anxiety, you have to work on changing that underlying habitual process that's creating your anxiety. So most people notice that when they start to examine the structure of their anxiety and this underlying habitual process, that they begin to see changes very quickly. The very first thing we need to do is change our relationship to our emotions. We must change our relationship from one of fear and hatred and reactivity to one of consciousness and even friendliness. It's really important, actually, to develop a friendly and compassionate relationship with your emotions if you want them to heal. If you want to get real relief from anxiety, then you must make friends with that anxiety. Acceptance is really important, but not just blind acceptance, not just tolerating your emotions, but rather helping them heal. So the function of mindfulness therapy is seeing your emotions clearly, establishing a compassionate relationship with your emotions, and then helping them heal. And one of the most important ways that we can help heal anxiety is by developing a non-reactive relationship with that anxiety. When you can sit with your anxiety, observe it without reactivity, then that will allow the anxiety to begin to change itself. The problem is that we tend to react to our anxiety, and this reactivity has the effect of feeding the anxiety. The best analogy here is to think of the anxiety as being like a fire, and the reactivity is the fuel that feeds that fire. So when you become lost in reactive thinking and rumination and other forms of reactivity towards your anxiety, it simply feeds the fire. But once you stop reacting to it, then you provide a healing environment. It's taking the fuel away from the fire. And when you do that, the anxiety will begin to heal itself in that space that you've provided for it. So mindfulness is about embracing our emotions and giving them a space in which to heal. And it's quite surprising to some people, but the fact is that they will heal. Your anxiety will heal itself if you allow it to heal. And that means without becoming reactive towards it. So anxiety is a habit, and the anxiety that is causing you problems is not healing because you're not building a compassionate, friendly and conscious relationship with it. That is what I find over and over again is the real issue. So if you would like help in learning how to change your relationship with your anxiety or other emotions, and help promote this natural inner healing process, then please do contact me and we can schedule an online therapy session. So mindfulness therapy is one of the very best ways of promoting healing of emotions. It's has some elements of cognitive behavioral therapy in it, but it's much more focused on healing the emotions directly through changing our relationship to them. When the emotions heal, then the reactive thinking heals also, and that begins to subside. So this I find to be a better way of approaching anxiety. Work on healing the emotion directly, rather than just focusing on trying to change your thought patterns. So if you'd like to learn more, please contact me and let's schedule a therapy session via Skype. Online therapy is a great option. If you use Skype so you can see each other, then talking to a therapist online is just as good as talking to a therapist in person. And it's certainly more than adequate for learning how to work with your emotions more effectively, using these techniques that I'll be teaching you. So please contact me and let's schedule a therapy session so you can learn how to overcome your anxiety and get relief from anxiety. Thank you.